The news broke, shattering the stillness of the night and sending shock waves through every corner of the nation. It was like a thunderclap echoing across the archipelago, reverberating from the bustling cities to the quietest coastal villages. Flash, historic oil discovery off Palawan coast. The words blazed across screens, igniting a spark of hope and disbelief. On the deck of the research vessel Diwa, tension filled the air, thick and electric, as if the crew sensed history unfolding beneath their feet. Filipino geologists and engineers watched the monitor, their eyes wide with anticipation. The readouts were unlike anything they had ever seen, numbers and graphs that hinted at something extraordinary. This was the moment that would change everything for their country, a turning point that generations had dreamed of but never witnessed. For years, the Philippines had searched for this elusive treasure, drilling, hoping, and enduring countless disappointments. But this was different. This was a supergiant field, a discovery so vast it dwarfed all previous finds in the region. The lead geologist, Dr. Aris Mendoza, felt a shiver run down his spine. He knew in that instant that their lives and their nation would never be the same. The team stood in silence, gripped by the weight of this discovery, understanding the responsibility and opportunity it carried. It wasn't just about oil, it was about sovereignty, hope, and the chance to shape their own destiny. The initial sample was drawn just after 2 o'clock in the morning, under the pale glow of deck lights and a sky heavy with anticipation. A thick, dark crude oil, rich and pure, flowed into the glass vial, a symbol of promise and potential. They had found it. A reservoir of black gold so vast it could rewrite the economic maps of Southeast Asia, shifting the balance of power in the region. This discovery was located squarely within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, a fact that would soon become crucial on the world stage. The silence on the deck was broken by a cheer, growing into a chorus of celebration as the magnitude of their achievement sank in. The first call was made on a secure satellite phone to the Malacanang Palace in Manila, a lifeline connecting the ship to the heart of the nation. The message was simple, coded, but monumental, a few words that would set in motion a chain of events with global consequences. "The Eagle has landed," Dr. Mendoza said, his voice thick with emotion, knowing the weight those words would carry. The highest levels of the Philippine government were jolted into action, their midnight meetings now charged with urgency and hope. The secret was out, but only within a tiny, trusted circle. Leaders who understood the stakes and the risks. The world was still asleep, unaware that the balance of power in the South China Sea had just been altered forever. A new chapter in the Philippines' story was about to begin, its pages unwritten and full of possibility. This chapter would be written in the language of oil, diplomacy, and national pride, a testament to resilience and ambition. The journey ahead would be difficult, filled with challenges and uncertainty, but tonight, they were triumphant, united by hope. The discovery was a promise of a brighter future for the nation, a beacon of hope for generations yet to come. The mission was codenamed Operation Bantay Dagat, or Sea Guardian. It was a name whispered only in the most secure corridors, a mission that would remain hidden from the world until the time was right. Planned in absolute secrecy, it involved a small, hand-picked team of experts, each sworn to silence and chosen for their unique skills and unwavering loyalty. They used a state-of-the-art, unmarked research vessel, equipped with the latest technology and designed to blend in with the endless expanse of the ocean. The goal was to conduct deep-sea seismic surveys and exploratory drilling, searching for hidden resources beneath the waves that could change the nation's future. Every movement was carefully choreographed, with each crew member knowing their role down to the smallest detail. The crew communicated on encrypted channels, avoiding standard shipping lanes and steering clear of prying eyes, always alert to the threat of discovery. The drilling was a masterpiece of modern engineering, combining precision, power, and stealth in a way never attempted before. The team used an ultra-quiet drill bit to minimize detection, its design a closely guarded secret, allowing them to work undisturbed beneath the waves. They worked during the darkest hours of the new moon cycle, when the sea was at its blackest, and the world above was least likely to notice. The tension was immense, operating in contested maritime regions, where a single mistake could mean disaster or international incident. Dr. Mendoza and his team had identified a promising geological formation, a potential treasure trove hidden deep beneath the ocean floor. Using a proprietary imaging algorithm, they saw what others could not, unique patterns and signals that hinted at something extraordinary. The final moments before confirmation were agonizing, as every eye was glued to the monitors, hearts pounding with anticipation. The drill bit breached a massive high-pressure reservoir, releasing a surge of energy and hope for the entire team. Operation Bante Daggett had succeeded beyond their wildest dreams, marking a turning point in the nation's quest for energy independence. They had unlocked a source of national power waiting for Filipinos to claim it, a discovery that would echo through generations and shape the country's destiny. When the sun rose over Manila, the city was already buzzing with anticipation, as if everyone could sense that something extraordinary was about to unfold. The news rippled out from the palace, spreading quickly through the city's streets and alleys, reaching every corner of the capital. The president called an emergency cabinet meeting at dawn, summoning his closest advisors and top officials for a decision that would shape the nation's destiny. The atmosphere inside Malacanang was electric, charged with urgency and hope, as leaders debated the next steps. Ministers, generals, and advisors gathered, their faces a mix of disbelief, excitement, and cautious optimism, each aware of the gravity of the moment. The Secretary of National Defense presented a detailed plan to secure the newly discovered drilling site, emphasizing the need for swift and decisive action. The Philippine Navy and Air Force were placed on high alert, ready to protect the nation's interests and ensure the safety of this vital resource. The official announcement was scheduled for mid-morning, with the entire country waiting anxiously for word from the nation's leader. The president stood before the nation, his voice steady and firm, prepared to deliver news that would change the course of history. "Today a new sun rises for the Philippines," he declared, his words echoing with hope and determination. "This discovery belongs to the Filipino people. It is our future, our legacy, and our responsibility." Across the nation, people stopped to watch, their eyes glued to screens in homes, markets, and public squares. A wave of national pride swept across the islands, uniting Filipinos from all walks of life in celebration and hope. The reaction in the financial markets was explosive, as investors scrambled to respond to the historic announcement. The Philippine Stock Exchange surged, hitting record highs and signaling newfound confidence in the country's future. The discovery was a true game-changer, signaling a future as an energy powerhouse and opening doors to prosperity and progress. For ordinary Filipinos, it was a moment of incredible hope, a promise that tomorrow could be brighter than ever before. For decades, the Philippine economy was shackled by imported oil dependence. Every fluctuation in global oil prices sent shockwaves through the nation. Gasoline prices impacted public transport, raising fares for millions. The cost of electricity soared, squeezing household budgets. This dependency created a constant state of economic vulnerability. The dream of energy independence seemed impossible. The discovery off the Palawan coast is not just economic opportunity, it is liberation. It represents a chance to break these chains of dependency. The billions once spent on foreign oil can now be invested at home. It offers a chance to stabilize prices and create a prosperous environment. This discovery is the key to unlocking the nation's true economic potential. This oil discovery alters the strategic landscape of Southeast Asia. The Philippines suddenly possesses a powerful new form of leverage. Control over a supergiant oil field transforms the nation into a strategic player. It becomes a future energy exporter in a world hungry for non-OPEC sources. The discovery challenges China's expansive claims in the South China Sea. The oil field lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. By extracting oil, the Philippines asserts its rights in practice. This new reality forces a recalculation in Beijing. The oil field acts as a strategic buffer, making defense a matter of global economic security. For the Philippines, this is an opportunity to forge a more independent foreign policy. The Palawan oil field is a source of national power, allowing the Philippines to chart its own course. The promise of the Palawan oil discovery comes with significant risks. The first is the environmental challenge. The waters off Palawan are a global treasure, home to a UNESCO World Heritage Site. An oil spill would be an ecological catastrophe. The government must enforce the highest standards of environmental protection. The process must be transparent, with independent monitoring. Beyond environmental concerns lies the risk of the resource curse. The Philippines must establish a robust sovereign wealth fund. Finally, the diplomatic and security risks are profound. The discovery raises stakes in the South China Sea. The nation must be prepared to defend its sovereign rights. The discovery of the Palawan oil field is a nation-defining moment. The path from discovery to prosperity is filled with challenges. The nation must move forward with a shared sense of purpose. Political leaders must work together to craft a national strategy. A cornerstone of this strategy must be the development of local talent. The government must invest in education, focusing on vital industries. Strong diplomacy and steadfast alliances will be essential. The Philippines must strengthen its security partnerships. Ultimately, the future rests in the hands of the Filipino people. This discovery is a chance to build a prosperous, secure nation. The opportunity is here. The time to act is now.